On the edge of Europe's warm south, camels are raised under strict welfare standards.
Large open paddocks allow the animals to move freely and live in social groups.
Specially formulated diets keep the animals healthy and their hides in prime condition.
Veterinarians routinely check the camels, monitoring weight, skin health, and overall well-being.
Comfortable resting areas reduce stress, which also influences hide quality.
Every detail is recorded, from small abrasions to natural patterns in the hide. Regular grooming keeps the hide free of parasites and surface damage. Strict European regulations trace each animal from birth to processing.
Every camel's identity and health record will follow its hide all the way to the tannery.
When the time comes, selected animals are prepared for transport to the processing facility.
Low-stress handling reduces fear and helps keep muscles and hides relaxed.
From the farm, the animals travel a short, controlled route to the processing plant.
Here, camels are processed and their hides transformed into premium leather.
Animals rest briefly in holding pens, inspected one last time by plant veterinarians.
Traceability and welfare checks continue up to the final moment.
Humane stunning and slaughter take place in sealed chambers, away from the cameras.
Operators supervise the process using sensors and data, not by watching graphic scenes.
Inside, automated systems perform the slaughter under tightly controlled conditions.
The entire process is enclosed to control hygiene and temperature.
From this point on, the focus of the film shifts to the hides themselves.
In the primary processing hall, teams work on separating meat and hides.
Mechanical systems do most of the heavy work, reducing direct handling and contamination risk.
Separated hides are immediately collected and moved away from the meat line.
Camel hides are thick, with a pronounced grain and natural markings prized by tanners.
Before tanning, the hides pass through several cleaning and preservation stages. High-pressure water systems remove surface contamination and blood. The hides are now ready for temporary preservation with salt. Salt draws out moisture, slowing bacterial growth before the hides reach the tannery. This step is centuries old, yet still essential in modern leather production.
Once salted, the hides are packed and moved to the tannery section.
Here begins the series of chemical and mechanical treatments that turn raw hide into leather.
Surfactants and alkalis clean and swell the fibers, preparing them for deeper treatment.
First, the hides are rehydrated, returning them close to their original water content. This stage, called soaking and liming, loosens hair and remaining flesh without showing graphic detail.
Modern tanneries mix traditional equipment with computer-controlled chemistry. Mechanical scrapers clean the underside of the hides, leaving a smoother surface for tanning. The goal is a uniform thickness and clean fiber structure.
not a bloody spectacle. Quality control checks thickness, pH, and structural integrity at multiple stages.
Under magnification, the unique fiber weave of camel skin becomes visible.
Next, delimbing and baiting adjust the chemistry to prepare for tanning agents. Enzymes soften the hides, creating a more supple, workable material.
Even at this stage, each hide still bears the signature pattern of the original camel.
The hides are split to the exact thickness demanded by luxury manufacturers.
Precision here will decide whether the camel leather becomes a bag, a belt, or a boot.
Pickling stabilizes the hides and prepares them for tanning agents.
Chromium-free or vegetable mace tans can be used, depending on the final product.
The tanning agents bind with collagen fibers, making the hide resistant to decay.
Tanning takes time. The process cannot be rushed without sacrificing quality. What emerges is no longer raw hide, but freshly tanned camel leather. Controlled drying prevents cracking and warping. Staking breaks internal stiffness, giving the leather a more luxurious hand feel. Despite its toughness, properly processed camel leather can be surprisingly supple. Before full finishing, color and tone are carefully planned.
The unique camel grain is now clearly visible.
The wet leather is stretched, removing wrinkles and controlling final surface texture.
Automatic scanners map usable areas and natural imperfections. This data tells brands how to cut patterns efficiently with minimal waste.
At this stage, the leather is ready to be customized for very different end uses.
Edges are cleaned, squared, and prepared for shipping. Only hides that pass inspection will become premium camel leather goods. Every pore and wrinkle tells the story of an animal and a long chain of human labor.
From here, the leather will travel to factories across Europe.
From farm to tannery, the process is exact, regulated, and largely hidden from public view. This is where our journey ends, at the finished material, just before it becomes something new.